Hi guys, welcome to my channel, Chrissy Lifestyle. Thank you for joining me. Thank you guys for subscribing. For this particular video, I am going to be having Jaheem, Shane, and Liana joining me for this video. We are actually going to be talking about a very interesting topic, and it is a topic on gender role in relationship. So we're going to be hearing from the male perspective and also from the female perspective. So I'm going to invite each of them to join me at this time. All right. So this topic, gender role. I want to hear from each of you. Is it important for individuals to have gender role in relationship, really? What's your... All right, I'll start off with Shane.
Okay, so you said it was important for individual to have gender role?
Yes, in a relationship.
Yeah.
All right, why is it so important though? And what are some of these roles we're talking about, really?
It's not much of, like, in my relationship, it's not much of a, like, big thing, like, it's important, but there's certain things that it's the role of the husband or the man, and there's certain things that is the role of the woman.
Okay.
And there's point where we both could do both roles, but I think certain things are better done by a certain individual, like a woman, but some things better done by the woman, and certain things better done by the man.
What says you, Liana?
To be honest, I really respect his opinion, but as a woman, I kind of feel like we should share some roles, even though some should just be my roles. Like, growing up and just coming from an old school home, I seen only women in my household do these things. But now, in this day and era, I feel like it should be two. Maybe man and woman share some of the roles, because it just makes the relationship more spicy. Like, it allows the woman to also have the time she needs for her husband, because we're so tired, you know. And we often really tired because our role is like 24/7 non-stop.
Right.
And you know, we try to please everyone, of course. And I think that when my husband helps me out, it makes me feel like at the end of the night, not so exhausted. So I'm able to play my part as a wife, right? Because we have to be moms, which we separate that. Then we have to be a wife. And then we have to also be a business person.
Right.
So it's really hard, but we still try.
So it's a lot, right?
Yeah.
Okay, thank you. Jaheem.
Alright, so just for echo what Shane said, I really agree with him. But the thing is, me personally, I think at a certain age, the male should be like the dominant provider. And personally, this is my opinion. And I think the female can have her own thing going on, but mostly be the one that take care of the home and the kids. And don't get me wrong, the male should chip in at times and help the female, of course, because it's a lot of work. But yeah, that's what I think.
All right, so you mentioned that you feel like the male should be the predominant provider,
Yeah, the
right?
main provider.
So are you saying you're the type of male who would prefer his wife or his female to stay at home and do the traditional roles and not so much be involved in the work life?
Alright, so if it's a case where the job that I'm doing, I'm making enough to support my family, which meaning my kids and my wife, then sure, why not? But if she have a urge to work, I'm not going to deprive her of that opportunity. But my preference is stay at home, take care of the home, and I think the home is the crown of a man's relationship.
Yeah.
Well, I must say I am impressed hearing that coming from you, because I know that a lot has changed in our society. So traditionally, especially within our culture, traditionally it is said that a woman's place is in the home, right?
Yep.
And we know that things have changed, where in our society we're seeing a lot of females are going out to work, and more men have become dependent on female, and they feel like, oh, we have been working for so long, so nothing wrong now if the woman then take care of we. And as a young adult, I am impressed hearing that coming from you, you know, because I know that if we're to do an interview with a lot of young males in our society, they're gonna be like, what? I don't mind if my female go out and work and bring back the money, come give me. Right? So I am impressed with that. And yes, you say if she feels the urge, so you're not depriving her of that, and I think that is very impressive as well. Earlier on, Shane mentioned that he feels like some roles are better played by the female, which my opinion on the matter is that if we are a unit, we are a team, we ought to be working together.
Okay.
So it shouldn't be a case where, oh, because I am the female, I am the one who's supposed to cook, I am the one who's supposed to clean, I'm the one who's supposed to do the laundry. LIANA raised a very important point as well. She mentioned that when her husband assists her in completing these roles, it makes her have more time to spend with him and not feel so exhausted, which I can attest to, because as a mother, you are on the clock 24/7. Wouldn't you agree?
Yes.
Yes, you're on the clock 24/7. And more so, if the father is around, it makes it much easier, right, Shane? Because you know that at times, for example, with Scarlett, sometimes she may want Shane, or sometimes she may want LIANA. So she's given that opportunity to decide which parent she wants at whenever time, and I think that is wonderful. Anything else you guys would like to add? Any question you want to address?
Alright, and just to go back on to what you say with nowadays, man, where them view females to be the dominant provider. As a man, I could never be comfortable with the female being the dominant provider. I just feel not a man.
Right.
But the society we're living in today, a lot of females tend to want to become the dominant provider. This big independence where they're feeling like, I got my own stuff. I want to be able to do my own stuff. I don't have to depend on a guy. And
they don't want to need a man.
Yeah, they don't want to need a man. And dependent. They don't want to depend on a guy for anything at all. And a lot of females tend to like go on that road. And as the time go on, a lot of females get into business. A lot of females get more opportunity now. And in my opinion, I feel like there's more opportunity for women these days than for men. And a woman get more opportunity to become more rich, more successful than men these days. And based on social media aspect of how things is going. And so with that being done, with a difference from back in the days, women was deprived of a lot of stuff.
Right.
They wasn't be able to work. They wasn't be able to do a lot of stuff.
Yeah,
so
they weren't even able to go
vote.
to school and all of these things.
So back in the days when they wasn't be able to do that, they had no choice but to be a stay-at-home mom. And the men have to go out and be the ultimate provider. But with things change in modern time now, females got freedom. They got the ultimate freedom that they always want. Most females always want. Because even back in the days, even though it was happening, it was tradition for women to just stay at home. A lot of females wasn't happy with the fact that they have to just stay at home, and maybe they want to achieve their own personal goals. They want to go to school, get a degree, and they couldn't. They were deprived of that. So
it's still like that in countries.
I'm pretty sure. So having freedom right now in the modern time, I feel like it's great. So now a female could not be deprived of any opportunity or any goal that she want to achieve. But at the end of the day, still, the type of man I am, I want to be the dominant provider. I want to feel like my woman need me. I want to feel like my woman want me in a relationship. So knowing that she has that independence, it's quicker to walk away. Like, listen, I don't need you. So it's like you have to build that great bond with the person, knowing that, listen, I'm the man, right? Not saying that I'm the man, I'm just take control of everything. No, I'm going to take control of the household as a man. I could take care of it because I believe in the traditional way. Not saying that the child trying to deprive my woman of what she want to do. I'm gonna always support you to whatever dream you want to achieve. I'm gonna support you to the best of my ability. And the fact that I don't want to feel like you don't need me. That's all I'm saying. I don't want to feel like my woman don't need me. I want to feel like, yo, listen, no matter what, we should always need each other. I need you, you need me. I can't do without you. I need you for certain, I need you for the house. I need you for other things. And we both should always need each other at all time. But a lot of females get it twisted. They feel like I don't need a nigga, and then the relationship don't last because the man feel like he's not a man.
All right, so stick up in there. You mentioned the needs of a female, so it's not like once she's able to take care of her financial needs, right? She's financially stable, financially powerful, financially successful. She can do it all financially, but a woman needs expands beyond financial needs. So it could be a case where a man now has to step up because I'm going to say this. You guys can correct me if I'm wrong, but I believe that a weak man cannot be with a strong, independent female because then he's going to feel threatened, right? Or intimidated.
But define strong, independent. Define because...
All right, just as I said before, she's financially stable. She's in a great job or have a great business going. She's able to provide for herself. She don't need your money, basically.
Right, okay.
Right? But at the same time, as I said, her needs goes beyond financial needs.
Absolutely.
So she has the need for a man to provide for her emotionally, to check on her on a daily basis, ask her how was her day, how did this go, are you okay, surprise her every once in a while with something, maybe a little flower, a nice text, things like this. It just goes beyond
where money can't buy.
Right, because as they say, money can't buy love. Right, so it doesn't matter. You could be showering a female with the most expensive gifts, giving her everything. But what? At the end of the day, if she likes a poor man, if she's in love with a poor man who cannot provide for her financially, that's where her heart is going to be, and she might just be with you because of what you can give. And the minute you find yourself in a position where you're not able to provide those material things for her, she's going to leave.
Absolutely.
Right, and chances are she could be cheating on you for that poor guy that she's in love with.
Absolutely.
But you're just there because you are the provider. You're providing the material things, right? So I think relationship goes beyond just providing for a woman financially, because again, a man could be providing for you financially, giving you the nicest car, the most expensive gifts, but at the end of the day, you're not happy.
Absolutely.
How much of him do you see? I mean, how well do you guys communicate? What kind of bond do you guys have? What kind of conversations do you share? Because in his head, he may feel like, oh, what more you want? Me don't give them expensive things here and rare. So take her out on a date. So not because you are with her or you're showing her with gifts, that doesn't mean that it is enough. Right? She needs to feel your presence in her life.
Yeah, but I do want to mention something, right? Because I've worked with a bunch of successful people before, doctors, hang out with lawyers, and I've noticed that sometimes even these successful women end up alone, and you're like, why? And here it goes, right? So when it comes to independence and success, the moment you feel as a woman that you're not gonna bend for a man because you have this money and independence, that can be very dangerous. So money is very powerful in that sense, where it allows a woman to feel like, I ain't gonna deal with his shit, I don't like his attitude, and I got my own shit, I don't need him. And that's where you lose in life, because no matter how much money you have on both ends, you guys have to be willing to bend. A relationship goes further than financial situations, right? Because he could be a billionaire and not give a shit what you doing, what you make, because he's financially set. She can be a billionaire and be financially set, but the moment they both feel like, well, I have this and I feel that independent. Once you feel like too independent, like you don't need no one, that can be very scary. You
Yes,
should never
true.
feel that way, you know,
True.
like ever. That I kind of understand when he says like I need my woman to need me,
Right.
because the moment she feels like, well, I don't need him, that's where you lose, you know. So it goes both ways. Even a man can make a woman feel that way.
Right,
You know,
right.
like I don't need you for anything. I just need you to raise my kids, and that's it. It can make a woman feel very less of herself. So I think like in a relationship, you should never bring up financial anything. You know, you should just keep it at a love.
Yes.
Base.
Right. Right.
You know, to make it so everyone could be happy. You know,
True.
that's just what I think when it
I mean,
comes to.
It come to, let's take out financial out of it,
Right.
right? You with your partner, you guys don't really have nothing going on really. You guys coming up, you guys just graduated college.
Yeah, so all you have is each other.
All you guys have is each other. So this is where your money comes in. Cause money really change a lot. It all depends on the person. It all depends on the person who you are within yourself and your relationship. You gotta know your relationship, right? So these two young couples, they're not the perfect. They're still young learning. The guy usually not cheat, but nobody's perfect. He have his own attitude, right? So you would tend to get attitude, or she have an attitude, whatever, and they fail to understand each other when it comes to a negative, like an argument. They fail to understand each other. But yes, they have love,
Right.
you know. And the moment this is what happened though. This could potentially happen, like I say, start within the origin of your relationship and knowing your relationship. So the wife or the girl find a job. Find a dream job. She get a dream job. The guy's still on the market searching for a dream job. She start hanging around these bigger rich people around. The guy's still looking for a job. Mind you, back in the day, they used to have attitude, and she get over it. She don't mind. She deal with it. Now she feel like, you know what? I'm around these big guys who never talk to a girl like that. I don't need to deal with you. And that's where it comes in. Like she feel like she don't need to look at him who she started off with. Or simply because it's the same battle you have, but she feel like, you know what, I'm around guys with money, you know, who would never talk to a girl like that. I don't need to be with you. And she up and leave. And that's where money comes in. Because before she had money, she never really thinking like that. You know, so the money really changed. It could change a guy, it could change a girl. Like I say, it's a relationship, you have to have a good bond. Like, you have to make your wife or your boyfriend become your best friend.
Right.
You guys have to have a best friend relationship where you guys could communicate about everything. Like, yo, no matter what, babe, we're going to work this out. Communication is everything. And understanding each other. Because you can communicate with someone, but if you guys don't understand each other, communication is worthless. You guys have to understand, come to a common ground. Like, listen, this is what's bothering us, or this is what we need to work on together as a couple, and we're going to work on it and push forward. And no matter what happens, we have plans, we got dreams. Babe, I'm going to support your goals, you're going to support mine, we're going to support each other. We have a dream, we have a vision going for, and we just stick to that vision and just work towards it and never let money change it, because a lot of times, money change it when it's weak. It's like a boat. If there's a hole, the boat is already rocking already. The more the water comes with the money, it's gonna sink. You have to have a solid boat going to that deep sea. No, not us. No matter what things come, we ain't gonna sink in this. And that's just what it is. That's my opinion on this situation.
Yes, and I agree with you totally agree with you. All right, so Jaheim, earlier on you mentioned that you would want to be the predominant provider in the relationship. So what if you should find yourself with a female who feels like she has the need to be the predominant provider in the relationship? How would you deal with that?
Alright, so if I find myself with a female who want to be the predominant provider, I'm not sure, you know, because at the moment a female think she's the man in the relationship. So basically, if there's basically a relationship with a woman and a man, right? So me are the man and she are the woman, but then she think she want to be the man in a relationship. Then me I go feel like say, oh, me I go be the female if certain decision me make she want overpower it, and anything me say she want challenge it. Then me I go feel less of a man, and I don't think we could deal with that in a relationship, honestly.
So what if the female is willing to compromise?
Like, in what way?
So for example, she's willing to meet you halfway then with everything, halfway.
Yeah, if it's halfway, that's fine. But then again, I would prefer it be certain things is just me.
So certain things like what? Give me an example.
Like, as I said before, if me in a job where me I earn a certain amount of money can support and take care of the whole family. when it come on to bills and all of that, me. That's what I think.
All right, so you brought up bills. So let's say you and a female went on a date,
Yes.
right? What if the female feels like she needs to cover the bill for this date?
Yeah, if it's just a one-off date where she take me out to eat, then fine. But if it's just a date where, say, for instance, me take out my female to a date, I think I should be the one to pay.
Yeah, so it could be a case where you invite her out on a date, and while on date she decides, so all right, listen, I am going to pay for the food because you already put gas in the car to take us on this date.
Nah.
Personally, I think if me invite you out on a date, me I go cover the date. Like, me not think say a female should be the one to pay for a date that I invite her for.
Right.
Okay, fair enough. But I know some female would feel the need to cover the date just to ensure that, listener, you don't have nothing over me, cause
No.
Right.
me cover
That
this.
happens.
Because
But-
worse if it is a case where maybe like it's a first date and she really not feel you.
Yep.
I mean, some female may think, oh, me no wonder boy I feel like same have nothing over me, because them buy me a dinner. So she have her money like that, so she just park it out and cover the date.
So you see-
cover the dinner.
Oh, I love this point, right? So, Crystal, you see, that is a woman that you know right then and there that's a red flag.
Yes.
That's not going to be compatible for you because she already has the mindset of her, like, I'm
Like she's
that
a boss.
boss
Yes.
attitude is a really big flag. I think, like, ladies should be ladies.
Yep.
And no, we can also provide. We can do that. But I think it's more polite if we say, hey, do you mind if I cover this? And maybe if he says, no, I got it, you give him that man role, like, of course.
Yep.
Like, all right, then you do it, no problem. Because you always want to give that man an option, right? So he can feel like the man at all times because you want him to feel like the man. But that was a really good point.
Yes, because it could be a case, where she even asks you, do you mind? And you're like, no, I got this. And it's like, she insists, and listen, man, no pay,
No, but then me I go insist because then she insisting just to go make me feel less of a man, honestly.
Yeah, but
Well, you
you
feel
gotta
honestly.
understand though, in the beginning, if she insists, there's nothing wrong with that.
Right.
Because in my opinion, right, she getting to know you. And she don't know where their dating or the relationship could turn. And she don't want you to have the overs because Nick guys up to talk. She don't have that guy that says, oh, I pay for it.
No, but look at it, right?
Especially in the beginning, because maybe you get to know her, she become like more submissive to you. Do it, you just pay for everything she don't mind, but maybe in the beginning,
Right.
she just don't want to make you have that over because she don't know you. You can be a disrespectful ass person, and she just, I'd rather not. She just come with her own money, and that's okay. But back to your story, I want to stop on the thing real quick. You saying that you've been a predominant provider in the household, right? So that means you taking care of your girl, which is great, and like a man should. And you the one should be up there with you, like making your equal money. So even if you have to deprive her of the opportunity, so you get a job that's gonna pay more than you, you just tell babe, don't take that. That's acting.
No.
No, but listen, this is what I'm saying. That's where it comes in, right? Say for example, you said no, don't take the job. Alright, you make her comfortable, like babe, you're comfortable making that money. I'm married, I'm gonna take your bill. Don't worry about it, because I'm taking care of everything. So now, God forbid, you end up losing your job.
Yeah.
And she get comfortable you taking everything. She don't want to go to work because she's so used to you taking care of everything. No, she's like, you know what? I don't want to work. You should do that. Go look at work. And now y'all start struggling. Now bills is backed up, debts backed up. How do you deal with that situation?
No, but that's a whole different situation. So if it's a case where we go bankrupt and we don't have the money, then you chip in, you try.
No, what she don't want, she gotta get so comfortable. That's what I'm saying. She gets so comfortable, you doing everything. She don't want to.
No, but that are gonna be a test to a relationship. So that simply means a relationship, the foundation of relationship is solid enough.
Okay,
Right.
fair enough.
And it's solid enough.
Fair
Because
enough.
if it reach a point where
You see your man struggling. You want to help
Exactly.
him.
Right.
Personally, I
Naturally.
think a female, one of the most important job of a female is to support her man.
Yep.
Right,
With the support,
I
like
agree.
every successful man have to have a strong female behind him. Every successful man.
That's a fact.
Yep.
I like that.
Yeah.
I just don't agree on the I love you, babe. But the woman paying that date, that right there is like, no.
Like
That's because my
first
husband,
date? The
my
first-
husband treats me like a lady. So I just can't
No, but
picture
think of
that.
Imagine.
the woman perspective, right? It's the first date. Remind you insist to pay. She insists that, yo, I'm not gonna, there's females like that, listen, I'm going my money to pay on the first date. I'm not gonna let this guy have no sense over me because she don't know you.
No, especially, I think especially if the date is not going so well.
Exactly.
If that,
Exactly.
Yeah. But for me personally, he's paying for that date. I don't care if it's going
Right.
good or not.
Right.
He's paying
Even-
for that date.
I agree with
Right.
you.
Even if it come down to a point where she insists that she want to pay, alright, pay for your meal only. Me
Okay.
pay for mine.
Right.
Okay.
Then we gotta split the bill.
Mhm.
That's
Yeah,
fair enough.
that's what they're
That's-
gonna pay.
Simple.
Pay their bill, of course, but now she's gonna insist to pay your bill. She insists to pay her, like, you know what, I got mine, just in case you can't say so that, yo, you did, you know?
Right,
But
right.
it's like, what could a man say? I bought her a lobster.
Like,
Well,
it's
that's
like-
your
no,
problem.
like, look.
I bought her lobster. Like, what are you gonna say?
What's the norm to do? First date, who pays?
The man.
The meal.
Exactly.
Yes.
You gotta
Yeah,
show and
exactly.
impress her.
Right.
That's what I'm saying. You're
Exactly.
right. So she insists that's a point of her knowing who she is.
Right.
And she's so
Yeah.
insistent. Yo, listen, I got this. You know, you kind of know who she really
As
is.
LIANA
a
said,
little
that's
bit.
That's a red flag.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Red flag.
Totally, totally.
Mhm.
All
I'm
right.
not gonna be no man.
Yeah, so any more pointers you guys want to add before we close off?
Yeah, I think.
All right, so guys, there you have it from the male and the female perspective. Please comment down below and let me know what you think. What are your opinion on the topic that we have just discussed? Please remember to like, share, and subscribe.
Subscribe,
We're
guys.
out.
So.